888-866-3773. I welcome your calls. Even the haters. Joe from Phoenix, Arizona is on the line. What is up?
Good morning, James.
Good morning to you.
Wow. Well, Mark sure had a lot to say about me yesterday.
That caller, yeah, he addressed you. He went after you. I don't really like caller wars, but, he's an old-timer. It's hard to correct old-timers.
Well, listen, I was glad to hear you say that you don't think I hate white people, because I've certainly never said anything anti-white on yours or Jesse's show.
Well, I don't know if I said you don't hate white people, because I have accused you of that, right? Haven't I accused you of that? But I said that you are part white. You have a white wife, even though that doesn't mean anything. Well, I don't know if you have a white wife. I'm not trying to dox anything, but you have whites in your family. You're part white yourself. But you're not for white genocide. You're not for killing off the whites.
Of course not.
But anyone who has anger, as JLP rightly says, and Jesus in the Bible, is a murderer. That's partly why I let him slide on that. He's a little hard line.
Well, listen, it'd be very easy for me to start firing back and insulting him as well, but I'm not going to, because he's not mad at me, really. What he's mad about is that the world is rejecting his hateful and stupid ideology.
They're replacing it with another hateful and even more stupid ideology, though.
Well, we disagree on that. So,
you don't think the world is every bit as hateful, Mark, and stupid?
Mark, you can be mad at me all you want to, and you can cling to your neo-Nazi and Klan mindset all you want to. The world is changing. It's left you behind. And the world you want to come back is never going to happen, because the world where white men are in charge of everything is gone and gone forever, and you are powerless, Mark. You're a weak, spineless little fraction of a man.
Whoa, you are going after him.
And you're scared, and you're in a panic because your world is changing, and they'll never come back. So too bad for you. Keep living in your hell, and I'll keep on gaining wealth and gaining power and helping the next generation achieve a great life while you stew in your hatred and stupidity.
Yeah, but...
So that's why I have to say it.
Yeah, but hold on here. Hold on. Wait a minute.
Go ahead.
Oh, there may be some truth to what you're saying, but or facts at least to what you're saying. But are you speaking in love or disdain?
Actually, I would call it love, because I'm trying to wake him up from his hateful and stupid ideology of life.
But how come it? Am I a woman, or is it disdainful how you sound?
Yeah, it's tough love. That's all it is.
There are some facts. There's some facts to what you're saying, and I think he knows that. He has said as much, that he's afraid of this evil that's befalling the world, and it's not this change is not really for the better, man. It's very communist and worldly to deal with one part of evil, which is when whites hate people, and not deal with all evil, which is the people hating the whites.
You have heard me say many times that I reject all evil. I reject all kinds of hatred. I don't. I love white people. I don't hate white people. I don't want to see any harm come to white people. Like I said, my wife is white. My family, a big part of my family is white. So. And
you yourself are part white, aren't you?
Yes, I am.
Are you light-skinned or just part white?
Just part white, like most people. Like I told you. Did you know that Obama and George W. are sixth cousins?
Oh, really? The plot thickens.
Absolutely. Yeah. So it's just, this whole, you're white, black thing is just completely asinine and stupid, and it's not rooted in any facts, because we're all related to each other. If you go back far enough, we're all family, so it's just...
Even if we weren't related, we love one another.
You're supposed to. That's what God commanded us to do, correct?
Correct.
So it's interesting how people like Mark say, I'm not hating anyone, I'm just loving the white race. And it's funny how you only hear Nazis or Klan members say that. So it betrays what's really in their heart, the hatred and the stupidity. So
I know, but don't they throw around the term Nazi and Klan member like willy-nilly? And they do it to smear the whites. This racism thing, it's done to smear the whites.
I wouldn't say that, because, again, there are actual neo-Nazis now and actual Klan members still.
There may be. Part of that is because of the creation of them by way of, you know, when the world bears down hatred on a person who cannot deal with the hatred of the world coming at him, they react in bad ways.
You could say the same thing about the gangbangers in Chicago, can't you?
Yes, you can. When their mothers and the world hates them, they and people do hate them. Then they hate one another. They turn that way. Yeah, for sure. So let's have understanding for the Nazis and Klan members and gang members.
Yeah. Believe it or not, I do have an understanding. It doesn't excuse their behavior. But
do you want to talk with this caller whom you addressed just now?
Sure. Is he coming online?
I don't know if he wants to talk to you, but I will bring him on. Mark, were you calling to talk to Joe?
Well, no, I mean, since you guys are talking about me, I'll defend myself.
Okay, now keep it clean, guys. Keep it clean. I don't want this to go spiral out of control. Go ahead.
Okay, first of all, they will never be equal. They will always be behind. They will always have to have special programs and special privileges because they're not equal and they never will be. IQ tests prove it, buddy. And you are is a creation of race mixing.
One at a time.
You're a bastardized person. You represent the
Hold on. Joe, don't.
No, he's going on and on.
I know, but let him go on and on for at least like 1 minute, and then you respond. So I know that it's hard to hold in all the different points that he's making. Make 1 to 2 points, Mark, and then let's hear Joe's response. So you said blacks will always be behind. They always need these special programs.
They'll never be equal. They'll always be behind. They'll always have to have special programs and special privileges if they're ever going to aspire to be equal, because the only equality you can give them is artificial. Affirmative action is artificial equality. And furthermore, there isn't one black nation on earth that a white man could be safe in. They're all, they will destroy you. They don't believe in democracy. Look at our major cities that have been taken over by people like him.
Okay.
What he is a freak of nature.
All right. What do you mean by freak of nature? Because since you mentioned that.
He's a half-breed.
Oh, come on, man. Well...
That says it all.
All right, Mark, hold on. Okay.
All right.
Joe in Phoenix, he said blacks are...
The biggest beneficiaries of affirmative action are white women, you idiot. And
bull crap.
Okay.
Affirmative action, you people wouldn't have a job.
No, Mark, hold on.
Sure. Shut up, Mark, you're an idiot.
No.
Kiss my ass.
Hey, Mark, I'm going to drop you.
Mindless, flaxseed of a man.
You see what it's all name calling. It's all name calling.
Yeah, right.
Okay, I'm gonna.
You're an idiot.
Mark, thanks for calling. I'm gonna drop you. I appreciate your call, man.
Thank you.
All right, thank you, sir.
Mark has nothing, Hake. He has nothing to be proud of. No accomplishments, no achievements. So he clings to a melanin as some kind of badge of honor. So he has nothing in his life, and he never will, because he's stupid and spineless and a fraction of a man. That's who he is. Yeah,
but address his points, the affirmative action thing and how black nations and black areas are antagonistic towards whites in many ways.
Where do you see that, James?
South Africa, for example.
Well, that's a hugely complicated country, isn't it?
Yeah.
After many.
But it's a simple issue of there's a whole lot of accepted hatred towards whites in that country. He said there's not a single black nation on earth that's where the whites are safe.
And that's just stupid too. I mean, look at the Caribbean.
But that's not really a black nation. Maybe it is. I don't know. Is the Caribbean safe?
Absolutely.
It's the Caribbean is safe.
I've gone over this. I've gone over this with Jesse many times.
Okay, so you consider that black run and a black nation?
What do you mean consider it? It is a black nation.
Okay.
The government is black. The majority of the population is black. Absolutely.
I heard Uganda's fairly Christian. Some of the more Christian black nations are a little more white friendly, I think, maybe.
Of course.
But he's talking about how, these black areas, many of them are inhospitable to one another and to whites. Like, the crime is out of control in these cities that are black run. Crime is out of control in South Africa. It's like the murder rates through the roof toward blacks and whites.
You know what's interesting, James?
Yeah.
There's a new mayor in Chicago, and if you look at the Cook County records, violent crimes are down 12% in his first year. That's progress. It's moving in the right direction.
Oh, you think that guy is doing a good job?
I'm just saying the facts.
I know, but the facts are not truth.
The crime rate is going down 12% in his first year. That's not bad.
You think that's
in the right direction?
You think that's the work of the black leadership there, including that Brandon Johnson socialist mayor, who's even, well, he is a man. He's in office. He's in office, and crime's going down 12%. Is it actually going down, or are they cooking the books?
Well,
he's been in office during cold months. Numbers. He's only been in office during cold months.
It's been a year, James.
Oh, well, when it gets hot, that's when crime goes up, because they step outside.
We'll see.
I think you're bringing up obscure exceptions rather than the rule. Sean, the producer of the Jesse Lee Peterson Show, quotes from The Guardian and Statista. The Caribbean island of Trinidad, or Caribbean, I call it Caribbean, out of Trinidad, grapples with a national crisis of violence. Statista in 2022.
I didn't say Trinidad. I said Turks and Caicos.
Who's ever heard of Turks and Caicos?
Turks and Caicos.
Oh, stupid.
It's an island in the Caribbean.
In the Caribbean, the highest homicide rate among 20 Latin American and Caribbean countries surveyed was in Jamaica, with around 52.2 murders committed per 100,000 inhabitants. That's wild.
Well, 52 out of 1,000 is not a huge amount. But
that is a huge amount. Are you kidding me?
Where's the percentage there, James?
It's a tiny percentage, but it's a murder rate that's...
Okay, then.
No, hold on. Listen to this. A murder rate that is above 30 per 100,000 is huge. There are cities that have a murder rate of like 16 per 100,000, I think. Correct me if I'm wrong, Chad. 52. Our worst cities...
Countless studies showing that crime is more a factor of poverty and education than it is melanin, James. So.
Some of those studies are done by liberals, and when you compare poor people to poor whites to the richer blacks, I think the poor whites don't have as much crime. The point is, you're trying to change the subject.
What kind of crime? Because white collar crime is.
We're talking about murders and violent crime.
Yeah, okay.
You're changing
the.
You keep on. You keep on changing.
Crime, is it not, James?
You keep on changing this. Are you going to let me talk? You keep on changing the subject to avoid the truth. That violent crime is.
The truth is.
What?
Again, the truth is that less than 1.05% of black people commit violent crimes.
So you're saying these black countries are violent because they're poor. Why are they poor?
Again, whole lot of reasons why they're poor.
Exactly. Especially their immorality. Immorality breeds physical poverty and violence.
You have no proof of that.
You don't know that? What in the world? You're going to deny that people's immorality causes them to be poor?
Give me an example of that, James.
Lack of character. You're bumping a log, you don't work, you get poor.
Well...
You don't get married. You don't mothers and fathers do not get married, and therefore the single mothers more likely to be poor.
We can agree on all that.
So that's more immorality.
But people don't work in these countries. That's why they're poor. That's nonsense, John.
It's immorality, and they're also more socialist and Satan listening, all kinds of crazy stuff.
James, nothing creates poverty like communism. That crushes
Statista. I know, and blacks tend to fall for communism more. They fall for the woman lie of communism.
Russia, Bulgaria, Eastern Bloc countries, all that communism just crushed people.
I know. Just because other people are falling for
terrible.
communism doesn't mean blacks disproportionately fall for communism.
The countries that its neighbor are mostly white, James.
I know. Just because other countries fall for communism doesn't mean that blacks aren't doing it. Other nations, other races fall for communism doesn't mean that blacks aren't disproportionately doing it. Your answer is whites do it too.
No, it's not. I'm just saying it has nothing to do with melanin counters.
I never said it did. I never said it did.
You're saying
blacks are
versus
fed.
whites.
I know, but if you look at, you're trying to act like I'm attributing it to their melanin or their race. I'm attributing it to their mindset. Blacks have a mindset of blackness and woman and unchristian.
We have agreed many, many times that people should get married before having babies. People should work hard, start their own businesses. People should be moral, strong, upstanding. Men should be leading when we agree on all that.
The Statista reports that the Caribbean stands out as one of. Hold on. The Statista reports the Caribbean stands out as one of the most violent regions in the Americas, registering some of the worst murder rates in the continent, North and South America.
And yes, I'm aware, chap, that Russia hasn't been communist for a very long time. But the effects of it are still being felt, not just in Russia, but in other Eastern Bloc countries as
Good
well.
for you, paying attention to the chat. Hake, you are ignorant on this concept. What concept? Username. Interesting, man. Well, that was a mess. Thank you, Joe in Phoenix.
I knew it.
No, I was
He was so upset because I hit home, and I pinpointed exactly why he was so upset and why he's such a loser in life. So that's why he was so upset.
Well, you see, you're also a snake who seems to celebrate the destruction of people whom you despise. Because you sound like you're gloating.
Destruction, no.
You sound like you're gloating on him.
Because I exposed his hatred and his stupidity, absolutely.
With your hatred and stupidity. Two devils fighting.
No hatred here at all.
Okay. All right. Thank you, Joe in Phoenix, Arizona. Fun call. Appreciate you, man.
That was fun. Have a good day, Jim.
All right. Bye. Ned Post says Haiti is the SH. Well, he didn't say H. Whole country that committed white genocide. Yeah, Haiti's suffering even worse than the Dominican Republic. And they're just the other half of the little island there. Well, I don't know about little. Of the island there. They get all the terrible things happening to them. They seem to bring it on themselves. Whew.